Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and pupils, can you please stand again while the Foundation Chaplain opens the proceedings with a prayer?
I'm using a wonderful prayer from the Mill Hill hymn book, which we've not been able to sing from for a very long time, but hopefully that time is not too far away. And also I hope that you'll get to familiarise yourselves with the lovely prayers and readings that are in the front of the hymn book there too. We found this prayer a few years ago, and it found its way into our book because it's about vision and courage. And it's written by Sir Francis Drake, who circumnavigated the globe all those centuries ago. And so this is a prayer really for ourselves on this day as we lift our eyes to new horizons, whatever they might be, and set our sights high, asking God to strengthen us and to renew our vision in all that we do. So this is a prayer for you, and I say it from my heart to you all and on behalf of you all. Disturb us, Lord, when we are too pleased with ourselves, when our dreams have come true because we dreamed too little, because we sailed too close to the shore. Disturb us, Lord, to dare more boldly, to venture on wilder seas, where, losing sight of the land, we shall find the stars. Help each of us to push back the horizons of our hopes and so travel into the future in strength and courage and love. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Morden. Please sit again. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to our first dedicated lower school prize giving. I am so pleased that we have found a way to recognise and celebrate all of your successes over the last year. It's disappointing for us that COVID safety regulations have prevented your parents being with us this afternoon. I hope that some of them are watching remotely. Welcome to you all. As a foundation, we have always recognised that your education is about far more than just passing exams. It's about equipping you with a set of values and the skills that are going to enable your success in whatever path you choose in the future. Over the past 4 terms, you have all demonstrated these values. I'd like to congratulate all of you for your resilience, commitment, tolerance, and determination as you have dealt with the consequences of COVID. Well done. On behalf of the governors and of course all of you, I'd like to thank the academic and support staff for their continued dedication to the foundation. The academic staff have been working incredibly hard as they have adapted to the consequences of COVID. They have adopted remote and blended learning to ensure that the impact on your education was minimised, returned to school while many other professions remained safely at home, and most recently coped with the additional responsibility of teacher-assessed grades for our GCSE and A-level pupils. A heartfelt thank you to all of you. This year, more than ever before, it has become clear that education is a partnership between the school and your parents. I am sure you all appreciate and are grateful for the critical role your parents have played this year, supporting you in home learning while balancing other work and family commitments. From my own experience, this is a really challenging thing. Mrs. Sanchez, Mrs. Bernstein and Mr. Dickin, together with their deputies and assistants, have all been hard at work ensuring that we coped with the complexity of ever-changing government regulations, the introduction of new technology and procedures, whilst continuing with all of their normal academic and pastoral responsibilities. It has not been an easy year. Thank you. I'd now like to invite Mrs. Sanchez to present the head's report.
Thank you. Good afternoon. On this first ever lower school prize giving, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you, Mr. Lipton, fellow executives, governors, staff, pupils, and parents. We have a lively and varied programme for you, including music by our fourth form and removed pupils, and our spectacular newly formed fourth form corps of drums. In gathering here today to celebrate the successes of you, the girls and boys of the fourth form and removes, across a wide range of talents and achievements, it is fair to say that we are making history. The past academic year has required us to reinvent traditional occasions such as Foundation Day and the Call to Remembrance, as we did with great success in 2020, but also to start new traditions such as today's prize-giving ceremony to recognise the achievements of the youngest members of our school community. Of all the lessons learned in the past year, the need to be flexible and resilient stands out, as does the importance of recognising the excellent work that has gone on by everyone in the face of adversity in this most testing of years. And whilst I will only be formally awarding honours to the pupils today, I can confidently state that everyone joining us in this event deserves a medal. To say that it's been a year of ups and downs is indeed an understatement. To much relief and excitement, school opened on Monday the 7th of September. A week later, we were obliged to close, but just for 2 days as a precautionary measure after positive tests amongst several pupils and staff. The fourth form also spent 10 days in self-isolation and working from home in the first half term, after a rise in cases at the end of September. After these false starts, already familiar with previous lockdowns, pupils and staff alike went about their business unfazed by the necessary social distancing, sanitising of hands, and one-way systems. We had entered an era of blended learning, with some pupils experiencing learning in school whilst their teachers beamed into the classroom from home, whilst for others it was the reverse, joining in-school lessons remotely from a device at home. I was so impressed by the can-do attitude of the school community as homeschooling took on a whole new meaning. We found ourselves once again in a brave new world of bubbles, huddles, track and trace. Mr. Dickens' rigorous risk assessments and Mr. Vercoe's endlessly imaginative co-curricular programme, which went online when necessary, buoying the pupils' physical and mental health through a range of popular activities. Meanwhile, Miss Boyle and Mrs. Dickens ensured that PSHE and pupil well-being were kept alive and accessible. The essence of what makes Mill Hill has shone through all year, remaining positive ourselves and looking out for others. We also thank and pay tribute to NHS staff and other key workers who continue to labour selflessly for the common good in the front line of this battle against the pandemic. Despite the positivity which characterises Mill Hill, we do not lose sight of the pain and loss which many families have suffered this year. The whole school community was deeply saddened by the death of Andrew Welsh, Old Belmontian, Old Mill Hillian, Life Guardian, Governor, and parent of 3 daughters who were educated in the foundation. His contribution was remarkable, and our sincere condolences go to his family and to those other foundation families who have suffered bereavement in the past year. To honour the legacy of Andrew Welsh, a prize in his name will be awarded each year to a girl in the remove who has shown diligence and determination in the classroom and in sporting activities, and who is making a valuable contribution to the school and her house. I'm delighted to be presenting the Andrew Welsh All-Rounder Award for the first time later today. Mill Hill's talented and dedicated teaching body is loyal to the school and committed to achieving the best outcomes for all pupils. Their commitment and dedication has been staggering, particularly in recent months, as they have navigated the challenges of the pandemic, assumed the responsibility for teacher-assessed grades for GCSE and A-level pupils, and continued to deliver a high-quality co-curricular programme. At this point, I think it would be appropriate for you to join me in thanking your teachers for their dedication and hard work this year. Thanks must also go to my loyal and supportive senior leadership team, to my fellow executives, and to the Court of Governors at the end of what has been a quite extraordinary year. As ever, we have a number of members of the teaching and support staff leaving us at the end of the term. To them, I would like to express my sincere appreciation for all they have done both inside and outside the classroom, and wish them all the very best for the future. Members of the teaching staff, Mr. Holmes, Miss Wine, Miss Chaleppa, Mr. Vanini, and Miss Leving leave us having been here between 3 and 6 terms. Graduate assistants, Miss Parry, Miss Stevens, and Miss Wong leave us to move on to pastures new, having completed between 3 and 9 terms. Visiting music teachers Peter Elliott and Oliver Brignall also leave us this summer. 2 members of the pupil-facing support staff are leaving us to take up PGCE placements. I would like to wish Mr. Rennie and Mrs. Habib all the very best as they embark upon their fledgling teaching careers. Miss Soriano Flores is relocating back to Spain, where she will be taking up a teaching position in her home city after 6 years in London and at Mill Hill. Also relocating to their home country are Mr. and Mrs. Trillick. Mr. Trillick has worked tirelessly in the maths department for 14 years and as head of department for the past 5, also working his magic on the timetable, whilst Mrs. Trillikova has been a member of the foundation nursing team for the past 2 years. These colleagues' invaluable service is greatly appreciated, and we shall miss them. I'm delighted to say that 2 members of staff have gained promotion and will be starting in their new schools in September. Mrs. Bradley takes up the position of Vice Principal Academic at MPW College in central London after 10 years at Mill Hill, and Mrs. Fennick takes up the position of Head of Humanities at St Anthony's Boys' School in Hampstead, having been with us for 7 years. I wish them both all the very best in their new roles and thank them for their outstanding contributions to Mill Hill. 3 members of staff are retiring at the end of this term. Mr. Sava and Mrs. Staunton-Harris after 5 years of excellent service to the school. And my fellow foundation heads will doubtless wish to join me in paying tribute to the immense contribution that Dr. Warden has made in his 11 years as foundation chaplain. Having devoted many years to the inspiration and nurturing of countless pupils, he's now looking forward to spending more time with his family as he awaits the arrival of his first grandchild. We wish these colleagues all the very best for a happy and fulfilling retirement. And I'd like once again, to show our appreciation of all the staff who are leaving us at the end of this term. As you know, I believe wholeheartedly in the principle of healthy bodies going hand in hand with healthy and happy minds. And so did Sir John David McClure, who served as headmaster of Mill Hill from 1891 to 1922, stating, "There is no incompatibility between really fine brain work and really fine work on the cricket or football field." I must admit that McClure is something of a hero of mine, and in recent weeks I have been researching his life, partly through a biography written by his daughter. Although in McClure's day we were a boys' school, it is satisfying to reflect on the fact that a century later, this sporting reference translates well to the co-educational school we have been for the past half-century, as exemplified by the achievements of Old Mill Hillian and Old Belmontian Sophia Dunkley, who received her first full-time England central contract for cricket earlier this month. When Sophia joined Belmont in Year 7 in 2009, they didn't offer girls' cricket as one of their major sports, so Sophia played with the boys in their first 11 team. As a consequence of her pioneering spirit and that of other pupils, girls' cricket is now a main summer sport in both our prep and senior schools, much to the delight of Mr. Roberts and Mr. Patel. I'm sure you will be delighted to hear that Sophia reached half a century in her debut test match against India just 2 weeks ago, and was on the winning side when she took to the field this weekend as the first black female cricketer to represent her country in a one-day international. Throughout his remarkable 31-year tenure, Sir John McClure was the architect of an unrivaled building programme, overseeing the construction of some of the school's most iconic buildings, including the chapel, the music school, and the Gate of Honour. In February 2022, it will be 100 years since he died, and what better tribute to this great man than for me to champion the most ambitious building programme seen at Mill Hill since the Fayville building was opened by William Winfield, headmaster from 1995 to 2007, in his final year at the school. It is fitting that this has begun with the redevelopment of the McClure Music School, which was finished in time for the start of this academic year, and the improvement to the sports facilities, notably with the relaying of the new AstroTurf pitch, a refurbished sports hall, and the development of the state-of-the-art fitness suites. Over the summer holidays, several of our academic departments will be refurbished and or relocated. The Sixth Form Centre will undergo further upgrading to accommodate growing numbers, and improvements will be made to the staff facilities. So when you come back in September, it may take you a while to find your way around. However, the best is yet to come in the shape of major building projects currently under consideration. If McClure were here today, I hope he would be pleased to see the continued development of the Mill Hill estate as we seek to do justice to his legacy. One thing is for sure, my commitment to the continued development of our buildings and facilities with the support of the governors and the CEO for the benefit of not only our current pupils but for generations to come will be unwavering. To mark McClure's centenary, we are planning a full programme of events during the year, including an ambitious concert in a central London venue with an audience of hundreds to celebrate his life, his transformational headship, and his love of music. As well as current pupils, parents and staff, we will also be inviting children from local primary and secondary schools, welcoming the wider community to join us in our celebrations. Reaching out to and supporting the community reflects our core values, and we are delighted to have built relationships with a wide range of schools and charities, locally, nationally, and overseas. Being a Mill Hillian is all about giving back, enriching our own experience whilst helping others. This provides me with a perfect link to our Upper Six pupil speakers today, Kate, Ollie, Jessie and Hessam, to whom I'm immensely grateful, both for what they have contributed to the school in their time with us and for sharing their own reflections on what Mill Hill has meant to them as they prepare to head off to university. They are true Mill Hillians in every sense, in their embracing of so many opportunities which the school provides, but also in the diversity of their interests and the genuineness of their passion for life and learning. They embody the essence of Mill Hill in an exemplary way, taking part and giving back in equal measure. I look forward to hearing what they have to say a little later. The presentation of the prizes today recognises and rewards outstanding achievements, academic, co-curricular, and in contributions to the wider life of the school. However, I want to acknowledge the hard work and achievements of all pupils, which will in time bring their own rewards. And so, with our sights set on nothing short of academic excellence, I have every confidence that you, the pupils, will do us proud as we look ahead with optimism to your future years at Mill Hill. In the meantime, rest well over the summer. You absolutely deserve to. Read widely, spend quality time with your family and friends, and return in September with high expectations and a determination to find your own personal best as you work towards your goals. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce our first musical item. It's the fourth form string ensemble playing Mozart's Ave Verum Corpus. Thank you, Mr. Kyle.
Thank you to the Fourth Form String Ensemble for their wonderful performance. Thank you also, Mrs. Sanchez, for your report. Everyone associated with the Foundation should be proud of the successes and achievements you have just outlined, especially given this very challenging year. Mrs. Sanchez talked about the improvements taking place to the school's buildings and facilities. I'd like to thank Sean Ryan, the Foundation's Director of Operations, and his team for their work on this, as well as Nikki Marlowe, the Director of Finance, and Anthony Spencer, the Foundation's CEO, for his leadership. I'm delighted the Grimsdale children are cheering for them all. I'd now like to ask Mrs. Sanchez to present the prizes.
It gives me great pleasure to share the successes of our pupils with you in this inaugural lower school prize giving event. Our pupils have much to celebrate. Having gone through a difficult year, they have shown strength of character and resilience and worked diligently to achieve the success they richly deserve. Fourth Form prizes. The Fourth Form Award for Academic Endeavour is awarded to Deela Badivi. The prize for art is awarded to Kana Sato. The prize for biology is awarded to Edward Fenn. The prize for chemistry is awarded to Hannah Taylor Yates. The prize for design technology is awarded to Benjamin Ronan Ferson. The prize for digital literacy is awarded to Michael Subramanian. The prize for drama is awarded to Jake Simon. Prizes for English and Religious Studies are awarded to Sasha Brody. The prize for English as an additional language is awarded to Kumi Lam, who is not here but watching on live stream. So well done to you, Kumi. Can we please give Kumi a round of applause? The prize for French is awarded to Anna Davis. Prizes for German and Geography are awarded to Deli Cola. The prize for History is awarded to Lucas Smith. The prize for Latin is awarded to Nora Tapia. And the prize for Mathematics is awarded to Maya Denton. The prize for Music is awarded to Noah Sajid. Prizes for Physical Education and Science are awarded to Asher Smith. The prize for Physics is awarded to Joseph Seaman. And the prize for Spanish is awarded to Sophia Grade. Remove prizes. The Remove Award for Academic Endeavour and Prize for Religious Studies are awarded to Ella Robinson. The prize for Ancient Greek is awarded to Kirill Seaton. The prize for Art is awarded to Abigail Shapiro. Prizes for Biology, Classical Civilization, German, the Award for Co-Curricular Leadership and Commitment, and the CCF Removed Tri-Service Award for Teamwork in the Army are presented to Agnes Kay. Prizes for Chemistry, Physics and Science are awarded to Ruth Hartness. Prizes for Information Technology, English as an Additional Language and History are awarded to Arsal Shahed. The prize for design technology is awarded to Dominik Jakowiecki. The prize for drama is awarded to Frankie Murray. And the prize for English is awarded to Talia Ishmael. The prize for French and the Fraser Prize are presented to Aisha McRae. Prizes for geography and physical education are awarded to Benjamin Kramer. The prize for computer science and the CCF removed Tri-Service Award for Best Cadet in the RAF are presented to Charlie Smith. The prize for Latin, the Andrew Welsh All-Rounder Award, and the award for most outstanding sporting potential in girls' sport are awarded to Tolawani Adilaja. The prize for mathematics is awarded to Ji-Yun Kang. The prize for music is awarded to Edward Boyd, but unfortunately Edward is not here to receive his prize. So and Priestley are just ahead in first place for the removes. So there's still all to play for, and I look forward to seeing as many of you as possible, hopefully in the 5 and 10 mile cup teams tomorrow to help either to cheer your team on or to participate in the event. And the overall winners will be announced tomorrow after the in the full school assembly after the 5 and 10 mile cup has taken place. Could we please give all the prize winners one final round of applause, but could you also give yourselves a round of applause for the work that you've done this year too? Now, I think the corps of drums and the removed jazz band are invited to depart just for a second and to get ready for their performances. And that means that the remove ensemble are going to come into the front here, just ready for their performance, which is Eine kleine Nachtmusik by Mozart. Thank you.
Thank you to the Remove Band. Can I add my own congratulations to all of you, those who've won prizes and those who haven't received a prize this year. Well done to all of you. I'd now like to introduce Oliver, Jesse, Hissam and Kate, 4 members of the Upper Sixth, to address us.
I joined Mill Hill in the lower 6th after taking my GCSEs at an all-girls school not too far from here. For me, the greatest change when I made the move wasn't starting my A-levels, making new friends, or even suddenly having boys around, but my newfound belief in myself. This belief was fostered by Mill Hill's supportive, passionate teachers and its kind, encouraging atmosphere. I was no longer afraid to try something new and fail, and as a result, found myself thriving, socially, personally, and academically. I had been too terrified that if I made a mistake, I would expose my flaws. But the accepting culture at Mill Hill helped me change my view of failure. It doesn't define you, but is an opportunity for growth and development. I truly believe that it was this change in mindset that gave me the confidence to apply to medical school. and with the support of Mill Hill, I received a conditional place to study medicine at King's College London. This experience is not unique to me. I know of countless others who attribute their successes to the attitude that Mill Hill's warm, supportive community helped them to develop. My best advice would be to make the most of this special culture and environment, and to find your own ambitious goals.
From my very first day as a pupil at Mill Hill International, I was astonished by the level of support from staff and pupils alike. The boarding community has been an integral part of my journey as I progressed to the sixth form at Mill Hill School. The engaging environment which the school provides keeps all boarders active and interested, and this certainly goes beyond premium education. It almost feels like the boarding community has become a second family to me. The same sense of belonging is no less important to day pupils through their house system, which is a fundamental feature of Mill Hill life. The strong sense of community amongst the houses helps us overcome the challenges that we face in day-to-day life, not least during this pandemic. The necessary creation of year group bubbles inevitably brought me and my friends in our year group much closer, whether struggling with remote learning or mental health issues. It has always been nice to know that there are people who can be relied on when needed. One of my personal highlights has been the teamwork that we put into the house competitions, whether that's house drama or the 5 and 10 mile cup. It's always great to see how all the time and effort you put in together as a house pays off. Needless to say, the memories you create as a group, the bonds you build with other pupils from all year groups, and the fun you have along the way build a sense of house identity and help to shape your own. To all pupils listening today, make sure you take full advantage of all that your house community has to offer, as it is a rare privilege and opportunity.
When I was asked to make this speech and give you advice about moving through the school, I felt underqualified. It feels as though 1 minute you are the smallest in the school and all your clothes are too big so you can grow into them, and the next you are driving along the Ridgeway in a business suit. As my time at Mill Hill draws to a close, your journey through the school has only just begun. But believe me, you'll grow into your uniform and find your own self. Mill Hill plays a vital role in guiding you from childhood to adulthood, through decisions about subject choices at GCSE and A-level, to advice on choosing a university degree and a future career path. I'm sure like me, in your first few weeks there was a lot to take in, like where is a refectory, but more importantly, what even is a refectory? There is support and inspiration from every member of staff, and you share the experience with your friends as you make memories which you will look back on for many years to come. Your years at Mill Hill will fly by, so remember to seize every opportunity, try everything, and have fun along the way.
Looking back at the last 5 years of my Mill Hill career, I've realised that what's so special about the time we all spend here is just how formative these years are. Of all the periods of time in our lives, this is arguably the most crucial in our development and who we end up becoming. Mill Hill doesn't just provide us with a strong academic standing, but also fosters a sense of fundamental principles within us all, and really lets us discover what type of people we want to be. I feel the blend of co-curricular activities and guidance from the school instills in each of us a strong moral compass and a core set of values: pride, integrity, respect, confidence, and a strong underlying sense of community. I've loved my Mill Hill experience and the breadth of opportunities available here. There really is something for everyone, whether that's the CCF, drama, music, sports, or any of the other clubs and societies. Personally, the CCF played a huge role in my time at Mill Hill, and the diverse range of experiences I've had have not only been so great, but also stretched me in ways I could never have previously imagined, and helped me to really grow as a person. I've been able to take on leadership roles and learn how to work well in a team, playing to individual strengths to get the best possible outcome. As I've come to the end of my school career, I feel much more well-rounded and confident in who I am as a person than when I first stepped foot in these corridors 5 years ago. And that's what I found the main strength of Mill Hill to be: helping each pupil grow as an individual and leave the school prepared for the next step in their lives. Thanks. I'd now like to introduce the presentation by the Corps of Drums and invite Mr. Sanchez and Mr. Lipton to please leave the stage.
thank the Corps of Drums. It's hard to believe that 5 weeks ago we didn't have a fourth form corps, and look at them now. Well done to all of them, and to Omre, who has drilled that group to the perfection we just witnessed. Can I also thank the video production company, not only for live streaming today's event, but for their participation throughout the year. Not forgetting, of course, our 4 sixth formers. I had the great pleasure of being able to hear the 4 of them in chapel last week for their Leavers Assembly. Their message then, as you heard earlier, is that each of you has a tremendous opportunity to discover your own strengths and passions whilst you're at Mill Hill. I encourage each of you to think about a new activity you'd like to try next term. Before concluding, I would like to thank the governors for their support and hard work this year on behalf of the Foundation. I am delighted that we have with us today Stephanie Miller, the Deputy Chair, Mark Skelly, who chairs our Estates Committee, and Noyan Nihat. That concludes the formal part of today's celebrations. All that is left is for me to wish you all, pupils, staff and parents, a wonderful, restful and COVID-free summer. Thank you.